So, hello and welcome to another Nikomedias tutorial. It will be probably the last part of this tutorial. And yeah, today we will make these small things here, so some details and everything. And yes, so let's start with this. First I want to make some brackets here, so let's see if I find the original file. So I pause a little bit and search for the original file. So here we have the original one. Let's go out of the camera. Let's deactivate the lights here. Okay. So now let's make now these brackets here. Okay, so let's go to the other one, our one. So what I do is I go in front view and simply make a spline here, so how I want to look I don't know what I mean, how I want to have my spline, so my brackets. Let's say if start from here to here and here down, something like that. Okay, and I select these two points here, and I wanted the x-axis a size of null. Okay. Now let's do a spline here and make another spline. Here we want a rectangle. This is much too big here. Let's say 5 to 2 or something else. I hide my wheels here for the moment so I can see something. And now take this rectangle here down and put this rectangle in a sweep knob. So select the rectangle, hold Alt on your keyboard and sweep. And this is the spline we need. So okay, now I see this is wrong here. So let's say 2 and 5. And then it looks better for me. Bring in the wheels. Go into my spline. E for the move tool. And move my thing here to the middle. You see it here. Okay. Let's see, that's fine. Maybe I take my spline here, go in point mode, select again these two splines and put them up a little bit. So don't worry about here in the middle. So, but you can do it however you want, of course. This is okay. Now if I don't okay, here we don't intersect, this is okay, but I don't want to have it so close to this. So let's make this one cap here a little not so broad, yeah. So go to the caps here and null for the rectangle selection, and take the rectangle selection here and just drag them a little down, so something like that. Now I have more space here. Okay, this is the good thing when you make your models with more parts and not just with one part. We could have done this with just one part, everything, but so it's much easier to work with. Maybe make the rectangle 6 or 7. Okay, and I want a bevel everywhere. So I go to my sweep here. Do we need that? For the moment I don't convert it, so Alt G for a group, bracket, and under the null I want a bevel deformer. So select the null and shift click on bevel, and you see we have our bevel here. H here so that you see it better. But I think we will get problem here. We have a problem, you see it, and this is first the bevel is too big for me. So go down here, something like that. And this is because we have here an just somewhere, not in the bevel, in the sweep. Under caps we have here create single object, and this should solve this problem. See? Check. So, but I think here we get a problem with good, we don't need really we don't need subdivision surface here. So let it be like this, why not? Okay. Here I make a weld later on. For the weld I have to convert it because I need a spline there. It's no problem. Okay. Let's make this weld. So what I do, I just copy this one for the moment, hide the original one, or no, don't copy it, I take it and I try it from the null current state to object. Maybe it works, let's see. I have this sweep. Yep, this works. Okay. And what I want here a cut, so I had to get a spline here. First an edge, and then I make a spline out of it. So I go to here, edge mode, and then KL for loop cut, or K in loop mode for earlier versions, and a cut somewhere like here. And let's first activate select cuts. Okay, but here it is activated. Check. And now I make edge to spline. I have it here, or if I don't have it here, so go to mesh commands, and here you have somewhere edge to spline. So edge to spline, and I have this spline which I want. And that I don't need this one anymore. Just the spline here. Can bring back this one in. Okay. This I don't need this. So on this spline, I want to make the weld along this spline. So what I do is, we could try more things. What I try now, because I had exactly now the idea, how is it called? The metaball works with spline 2. So let's try this with metaball. So I select the spline, go to the metaball object, alt click on the metaball, and get something like this. What's not really helpful. First I go down here with the subdivisions to 2 or something else, and with the hull value 1000, this is the maximum. Okay. Now I go to this sweep spline, right click and give it a metaball tag. And in this metaball tag, this is too small, it seems. Okay. Let's see. 9, okay. We have now something like a weld around, but I think it's better with my other things. So it would look like a weld, but it's not really nice. Let's see if we can go 1 here. No, that's better, but it's so symmetrical. So 0.5. Yeah, of course I could take here and displace the former and displace this whole thing a little bit. And you see, it works with the spline too. But I think I want another thing. I take the spline and take a platonic object. Let's see, it's now 2 centimeter for the moment. And this platonic object I put in a cloner. Alt click on the cloner here. The cloner is an object, and the object is the sweep spline here. Now we have something here. What I see first is this is too big. Okay. And what we want here is not on count, I want it on even. Go up with a little bit, so, and now I put the cloner in a connect object. I don't think it works without a connect. It would work, but not so good, I think. So drag the cloner here in the metaball object. Then give the cloner a metaball tag. Could take this tag from here, but let's go down to here. Line. And this looks for me better. It looks not so clear, everything. But I want it even. I can go back here with the clones. You see, this is what I want. I want the little, not so exact everything. Okay, this is my weld. Yeah, that works better. So here I can delete this thing. Take this one, Alt G, weld. Bracket. Weld, okay. Now we need more of them, so Alt G, bracket, and put this one in a symmetry object. Okay. And then I take the symmetry object and put it again in a symmetry object. Man, we are cool. Buff. But here we need another axis, so that's so nice. Okay, but it should work with the. Doesn't matter. Let's go back with the cap here too, so then we don't have this problem. Null again, rectangle selection, and something like that. Okay. Okay. NI for isobars, so better look. Now we have here some brackets. The next thing is we look what we need. So what we need is something here in between. Let's make here a simple cylinder. Nobody looks at it, so we don't need here really very high detail things. Let's make just a cylinder here in between. Normally we don't even need a cylinder. Normally it would be okay when I say take the bracket here. We are still parametric, so we can work with the spline. Take the spline and say, and yeah, put the spline in the x-axis and like this. This works too. And here we can put some screw here, like I did it here. You see here I did it a little different, and yeah, I made it a little nicer, but as I said, it's not really necessary, but we can do it. I think it looks better like this. So let's go back here a little bit. Let's go to the wheel here, to the rim. Edge mode, disable the subdivision surface. I have to disable the script here. You will find everything you need at plugins and everything you will find in the description, so please read the description if you're looking for something. So UL, I select this again so that I'm sure it's only selected this. We have closed this. This is not so. It's not so clever. How do we do this? Okay. KL for a loop cut. Something like here. Okay. Then go in polygon mode, UL, and adjust with E keyboard, adjust control, hold my control key and drag this out. Control key and drag this out. So now we have something like this. Again UL, okay, this is still selected here. MS for bevel. And bevel this a little bit. And you see, I did this in the like in the other in the original file. You get something. It looks like a weld too a little bit. So this is very simple. You go just with one subdivisions in -100 directions. Of course, you can take 2 subdivisions or 3 more. But this is exactly how I did it in the original file here. You see it here. Good. And now we could take something like this screw here, or just for the time here. The screw, you know, there are some screw libraries on the net, so you will find some nice things. You can take this one, make it bigger. Let's take this one, why not? Well, let's take this one. Good. Select this screw here. Screws here. We don't need the cylinder in there, but it doesn't matter. So control, drag it out. You see, this is a copy then. So, let's close here something. So we don't need this cylinder here. And I want it exactly here in the middle, or in the middle of this rim here. So how are we going to do this? let's hide the brackets for the moment. Symmetry, so these are the brackets. Let's hide them for the moment. Now go to the rim here, where we had the rim, so body, wheels, rim, spline mode, in edge mode UL. This is just, I just take an help spline, so I take this spline here, edge the spline, under the rim I have this guy here, so, and this I need just for position, so then take this spline, center the axis of the spline. So now we should have the axis exactly in the middle. I do it with Magic Center, but you can do it here with the Axis Center tool, which you find under Mesh, Axis Center. And now I just put my head under the rim and head instance and so reset PSR. You see, here is my screw and exactly in the middle here. Reset PSR you will find under Character, Commands, and reset PSR. Now I can delete the R for rotation, rotate it 90 degrees, E, and bring back the brackets here. So okay, nice, and we need this, of course, here under the symmetry, so under this first symmetry here. So you see we have it here, we have everywhere the same thing. Okay, now this is done. We have the weld everywhere, what I want, and so on. So what's next? Oopsie. Let's make, yeah, we have some weld here, some weld points. This is easy to do. We don't see them really good because I think I have deactivated the subdivision surfaces. Let's see. Yeah, now you see it. And we have a weld here. We have a weld here on the tail. Come on. And that's it. And then we have to make some brackets for here, and screws here. Okay, let's do this. First, let's make the weld here. Okay, let's start with the points here, with the welding points on the edge. So I do. First, we need the brackets under the body here, under the whole puppy thing here. The body, brackets, and yeah. But let's see later. I think I don't want it under the body, but we will see. Good so far. Now you have here the neck top and neck in between, so I need just this between thing here. Whoops. Okay. And here I simply select some points in this neck between thing here. Go in point mode. UL, loop selection in point mode, and a set selection. So now we have the selection tag here. And now we can clone something on these points, and we will want to clone some of these platonic objects. Okay, platonic here. Oh, we could take this from from the cloner here, because then we have the right size here. Just copy this and copy it to the neck here. Okay, put it again in the cloner. Graph cloner. Cloner again in point mode, in object mode, sorry. And here we take just the point selection here and drag it in. And of course now we have to go to that surface, we have to go to vertex. You see, whoops, we have our platonics here. But this looks a little boring, so let's make the platonic, give it more segments. One more, maybe. So we don't see it because I'm in the isopalm view. So now we see it. Okay. And I want to convert it. So just hit C on the keyboard. You will see why, because I want to deform the points of the vertices of these guys. So what I do now is I go in point mode with the platonic selected, and I should see something. Platonic, point mode, and why I don't see here, select, of course, because they are not the original one is totally where in the middle of the scene. The original one should is somewhere in the middle of the scene. Let's see where it is. You see here, this is the original one, is here in the middle of the scene. So I go back. It's okay for me that it is here, so I have no problem. We can do one thing, we can go to the platonic and solo it out. I have the magic solo here in R18, and don't know in R17 or that there are some solo modes, but I prefer this magic solo here. So I have now just this one guy here. Now I can select it, point mode, and here I want now to go to mesh commands and set point value. Okay. Here I want crumble normals, and this is quite small, so let's say 2.2, and apply it, and let's see what we get. And we get something like this. And this is okay for me, because I know in the subdivision surface later on that this will look okay. Good. And out of the thing, so here, activate the cloner again, and we have here our crumbled things here. And the next thing what I want to do is I want a random deformer, because a random effector, because I don't want that they all look in the same direction. So let's just rotate them a little bit. So go to the cloner, MoGraph effectors, and take a random effector. What I do is that first I press Shift, click on the random. Now it's under the cloner, but now normally the random effector is here above. But so I know where the random effector is, and then I drag it just above. And that's it. So, and the random deformer, now you see our things are gone, because the random deformer is effector, not deformer. It's an effector. It's on position, and I don't want the position. I want just the rotation, and rotate it so somewhere. Okay, something like that. Maybe scale it. No, we don't need scale. Okay, but this won't look good at the moment, because you will see. I'll come back with this and activate our subdivision surface. This is out here. So, but this is easy to repair. So let's go to our cloner, to transform. And here I think this could the Z axis. Is it the Z? Yeah, it is the Z, but very low. No, it's not the Z. Oh, is it the Z? No, it's not the Z. Come on. Is it the Y? No, it's not the Y. Then it should be the X. That's a bit. Okay, so something like this. Now we have our welding points here. Okay. Maybe they are a little too crumbled here, but this is easy to repair too. Go to the platonic, and it should work with this deformer, with the smoothing deformer. Shift click on it. Bing. That's maybe a little too much. So it's better. Okay, I'm fine with this. And MI for the isopalm view again. The next thing what I want a weld here, and I want it exactly where it intersects here. So what I can do is take this edge here and drag the points out up to the intersection area here. But I don't want to make this with the original thing, because then I lose my rounding when it's under the subdivision surface. So simply what we do is we go to our what is this? Spheres maybe? I think this is this one. Yep. Yeah, this is this one. I just copy this one, drag it down and hide the original one. And here, this one, I go to this is when I work with different layouts, so I have to search, edit, optimize. Okay, now we have one object here. Now I go out of the subdivision surface. Go to my guy here, there's a point mode. And now I simply go in the move tool, MO for the move tool, MO. And now I just drag these points up to here, so I have the selection here. If you don't need it, if you don't want it so exact, so you can cut it or whatever, move it however you want. But for me, this is a nice way, and we don't have so many points here, so many edges to move, so this works quite nice. See, that is not really hard work. Okay, here with around 40 degrees in my room, everything is hard work. So, babadi. This must be funny for a guy who is not long on a PC or on a Mac and has no doubt from a, or no idea from a mouse. Okay, this is nice. So UL for a loop selection in edge mode and edge to spline. Work. Now I have my spline here. Put it up to here, and I delete this one and bring back my original one here. So what we can do now, we can steal the cloner here from the brackets with the meta ball until to the metaball. So okay, then we have here our new spline. So I copy this metaball to this spline here. And now under the cloner I put the new spline in. So I'll go to the object and take this spline. And you see. Now of course this spline is a little longer, a little bigger, so we need more clones. And we have our weld here. Exactly where I want it. Okay. Of course, if you want the weld a little bigger, you can do it. More things you can do. You can go to this tag here and make it here bigger. Maybe it looks better here. Yeah, it looks better here. But then I want less clones so that I see that it's a little. I want a little. Yeah, this is okay for me. Good. And save this guy. This is puppy 4. Okay. Next thing is the eyes here. And bring something out of here that we connect the nose and the eyes somewhere. Connect nose and eyes. Good. Yeah, let's go to the. This is the sphere welt. Little idea what we did here. Okay, save it. Okay. Put this in a Alt G. This is the sphere, and this is the sphere. No, we don't need to. Well, let's put this in a. So we have a little more space. Okay. This is the big sphere. Okay. So the next one, yeah, I set this brackets here in the eyes. So we're going to have to go to the eyes here. Boing. Sphere. This is this one. And now we can. How we do this? We could make a cylinder in between and make a welt here and here. Or, and in the original file I have it, I think I extruded it out from the sphere here. Yeah. So let's do it like this. Why not? So let's go into polygon mode. But I don't want the normals in this direction. I want to reverse my normals. So right click, reverse normals. So this is how I want it. It's not really necessary, but I like it when I have the outside the orange. And I take this 2 here. This should be okay. Then I extrude it. I on keyboard and in extrude. Something like that. Okay. And now I just have to drag it out. So control, drag it out. Control on the keyboard and drag it out. So then we need some cuts here. Or we can do this with a let's try it with Bevel, but I don't think that it will work. UL, and I take this one. In the inside, don't forget it, take this one. This one is okay. No, this is not okay. The last one was not okay. Then this one, this one, this one, and this one. Here we don't need nothing because here we do our weld here. Okay. Make a set selection. Okay, here is our selection deck. And now I select the sphere and put a bevel deformer under it. Looks nice so far, but we don't need it everywhere. Because now it makes it everywhere. I don't need it just on my selection here. So far it looks good, but I think when we let's make it a little smaller, when we activate our subdivision surface, we will get problems, I think. But maybe not. I am right. We get problems. And we don't want problems. Let's test some things. We can test solid in uniform. Little better, but not really. Uniform okay, but we can chamfer. No. This won't work how I want it. It doesn't matter. No bevel. Okay, no bevel, and it looks okay. And it looks a little too smooth for me. This is it could be okay, yes, but it looks a little too smooth. Let's see that we get some edges here. Where we are now. I see. So, and deactivate this one. So I UL for a loop selection. I could do this with let's make it with a loop cut. We can do it as well. We have two things. Sometimes one works better than the other. So what I do normally I use the loop cut, but sometimes the KL, the loop cut does not really. Here it would work nice. Here it's okay, but sometimes you don't get a nice result. Then you can use the move tool again with MO, the move tool, and in the move tool go to clone. And now I go back. This is the only one thing. So and now you can clone the edge here. Just drag it down, and this works sometimes better than can UL here. Then again clone, and drag it out, or you cut it. This, of course, this is possible too. And yeah, this is here. UL, or I do it here now with a KL loop cut. So and here I go polygon mode. I for inner extrude, and extrude it a little to the inside, okay. And if I want hard edges, it looks a little dirty what I do now, but if I want hard edges, now we won't get it. Let's see what we get now. Activate our subdivision surface, and we get something like this round corner. Here we have a very nice edge now. This is exactly what I want, but this is too round for me. And I want here a harder edge too. So what we can do is, here I do it with a, let's ice baby. Let's solo this out so I can have more space here. Now I go in the edge mode, UM for a path selection. So I can make a path here. And here I want to do it with the move tool now. MO, and I drag it to here. And this is a little dirty because here we have now a polygon, so we don't have quad anymore. But it doesn't matter for this little thing here. M again, and select again this. And I put MO, so if you do it correct, you would have to go now around the whole body, the whole sphere here, but then you lose again your rounding here. So, but this should work. So if we go back to out of the solo mode and look at this now, you see now here we have the hard edge, but we have some problems still. But this is maybe because we are this is too close. So let's go out here. What I can do here is go in point mode, MO for the move tool. Move this a little out here, so. Let's see if this works now. No. Okay, then I make cuts. K, and a normal line cut to here, and another line cut to here. Oh, and you see, it cuts everywhere through the object. And this I hate this. Now I have somewhere I have now new cuts in the object that I don't know where, but I'm sure I have new cuts somewhere now where I don't want it. Here, doesn't matter. I don't want this, so I go back. So then I can be sure what to do. So I select this and this, and now KK, and now I go to restrict to selection. So it must be only on the selection. So now I'm sure it works. Let's see what we get now. Now we have this what I want. Now we have a nice edge here. Okay, let's do this all around. Then we get a nice thing here. But this is again almost too hard. But this is no problem to whoops. Just bring this one edge here. I think I want to hide the head. Where is it? Did we call it head? Nose. No, this is this thing. How did we call this big guy? Here, head, of course, head here. So now I can work better. So, edge mode, sphere, for the path selection. And MO. And I don't want to clone now, so I have to be careful. I'll make it here. Okay. Good so far. I'm sure it looks not good here at the bottom, but we don't see this. So see. Yeah, looks better than I thought it would. Okay. This is okay for me. Let's make an... so if you can now fast forward if you want, because I do this on every edge. It could need a little time. And I think you don't need to watch this when I do it everywhere. So for a path selection in edge mode. Select this one. Okay. Nice to go so far out. This is good, but I could take this one here too, so I don't have to cut later on. MO clone, but let's go to null offset for the moment and clone. And I have to go with Control Z one step back. As soon as I click on clone, it clones. So this is too early. So go to here. What I could do for the next one is to make a selection tag for this one edge here. MO for the clone, and clone to here, so like here, and now I go in the point mode and here's the option here and here. So it does not really need a long time, but so we get a nicer look. Again, but in edge mode. No. So I would want this. Okay. And now I make a selection tag. So this is my selection tag. This can I delete later, no? Because MO to clone this. Clone it to here, so double click my selection tag. This should normally select my... What's wrong? Huh? Okay, then not. Does this take the... It clones the selection? Not clever. Anyway, this is what I had to learn too, so don't think too much about it. Why is this? MO. Okay, point mode. Okay, and once again. Edge mode. Okay, MO here. Select again. And MO. Would be good if something were here with symmetrical clone, so when I move it in one direction, the other direction it moves too. That is not good. Usable. So we are done, and I hope now we get a nice subdivision thing going on. Yep. Looks nice so far. Okay, with this we can work. So the next point, bring back the head. And what I want to do now is something like I did before. I make here a loop cut. I just want again a spline along here for the welt. So I make a simple loop cut. There are sure other ways, of course. For everything I do, there are other ways, of course, but KL for loop cut. Just cut it to here. Good. And again, I go in point mode, MO for the move tool, and I move the points just to here. Okay. Later down we could, this we can do later. Always wanted to be inside a dog's head. And I knew it, there is not much in such a dog head. Okay, zips. Now UL again. Okay, it's still selected. That's okay. Edge to spline. We have here our spline for the welt. We can now go here and say MN for dissolve, or right click and dissolve. We don't need this anymore. So somewhere is dissolve here. So now we have just the spline. Select my spline, go in point mode. K for or KK to cut. So I make a cut here. Then in point mode again and just drag this guy a little up here. So that doesn't have to be really exact. So that's okay. We can this correct later on too, if we want. But it's not really necessary. Okay. Then here a cut. Let's see in which direction. Okay, here a cut. Cut. Good. Okay, and here one more cut. And little Nico is happy. It's okay. So, no so. Oh, Jungs. Okay, of course the last one the last one thinks it is. Okay. So again we steal our Weltmetropol from where? From the brackets. Now we had it on the spheres too, or on the big sphere Welt, yeah. Steal this metapol here, copy it and drag it down to here. Okay, this is now I will now I go to my cloner and put the I-spline inside to here, and look what we get. We get our welt here. This is a little too big for me for this part here, so I go back to my thing here and to one more clones. It is a little smoother. Here. Okay. Good, nice. So 1 hour, and you see this detail things, these little things, they need longer than the other things. Because and this is, I know it. This is the boring part with the small detail and something else, but it makes the whole model looking nicer. So just take the time and do it. You don't have to make a model in some hours or in 1 hour or in take the time it needs, and it's better to post a model if you want to show it on Facebook or somewhere. It's better to post a model if you're really sure it's ready, you like it like this, and not I have to post. So take the time it needs, and most of the time it's better you wait a day and look and the next day again on your model, and if you say then I still like it, then you can post it. So it's just a small thing. So I do it most of the time. So here I have in my original model, and well, but I don't like here one. This is not really necessary. What we can do is it's such a inverted bevel we could do here. This is maybe a nice thing. So let's go to this part here. This is the body, I think. So let's close the eyes. Yeah, this is the body, of course. UL in edge mode, and just move this a little bit. So, but not clone. Just move. You see, this is with the. Just move it a little bit. Move this up a little bit. Okay, move this up a little bit. MS. Okay, we are in the inverted direction, and make something like this, and we get, and this should be okay for this one. Good so far. What do we need now? Save. We need here on the top some screws. But for the screws, I see we have to bend this a little bit more, and so that is we have everything parametric here. It should be no problem. Let's go to the ears. Bend. This should be this bend deformer. Yeah, you just don't see the deformers here anymore. No, because I have it under filter. You see the deformer here, and now you see it. But I don't want to see the deformer. In the most cases I don't want to see them. So this is with this one, and see. Okay. But this is too hard here. So let's make this a little bigger. So yeah, this should work. Now let's take this whole ear here, this ear here, and drag it down a little bit. So, activate the subdivision surface, then we see if it's exactly, almost exactly. So. That's not too much. Okay, that's okay. Save it. Now let's bring some a screw up to here. I take again one of these, and here I just take the screw, copy it of course, and then copy it to the ear part here under the symmetry object, but then we have to put everything in a we don't need the cylinder here. Now it wants it on both sides, but we do this later. And deactivate the subdivision surface, and it moves better. Yeah, I don't make so. R for rotation. Okay. Yeah. It works with the. It's nice. It works with the symmetry object. Okay. Yeah, but only the screw works. But this is no problem. We give the ear and then Alt G, and we're done. So save it. Rotate it a little bit here. Okay. Done. Save it. And now we could start. I think we have everything here. We could start with animating this whole thing here. Let's animate first the head and the ears and everything, I think, or let's animate first the rolling. Oh, first the ears and everything. The rolling we do that. We have to do not much for the rolling, because we did already the whole expressor setup and everything, and we can copy it in and just change the wheels and the spline, and that's it. So let's make a little fun part. Let's animate. And for the animation, it's of course we have to put everything together what should move together. So because when I now go to the head and move the head, this won't work, because when I move the head, you see this is this, and this is not what we want. So we need some things here. So ears, eyes, ears, belt head, nose. This should be in one Alt G. This should be under head. Okay, and of course the head should be under head 2. This is, and let's see if we forgot something. Oops, this head. Okay, but you see, of course, it does not rotate on the correct position. So what we need inside is this guy 2 here, and the welt. This should rotate with it. So What we need is here the spheres. We need the sphere. And this is everything here. Let's see what we have here. E and move it. I don't want the small sphere to move it. I want just the big sphere here. So I need just this one and this one, and put it under the head. Now it should rotate with it. Okay, this is what I want. This is okay. But I wanted it rotated and the axis of this big sphere here. So we don't need to name these spheres. So that this is. I want this sphere here. I need this axis. And what I want to do is now I take a new null object and put it under this sphere here. So go to the objects, shift click on null, and so I have a null under the sphere. And now on the null I go to reset PSR, and you see I have the null exactly where I want it. And the only thing what I do now is I name this head, put it over this head, put the whole thing inside, and now I go to this head here and delete this null. But don't just hit delete, because then everything is gone. There is delete without children. I have it here. So right click on it and delete without children. So it just deletes the null object. And if I go now to the head null, now we see everything rotates in the right position like we want it. This is exactly what we want. Okay, save. The head is done, is ready for animation. Okay, so let's animate. This is a very easy task, so let's see. So, but I need a small break because I'm thirsty. So let's continue. So for this, I make a puppy here. I make just a control null. Null. Here is null. So for the express and everything, I name this control. Control. Okay, and here I put an expressor tag on it. Kong. We have an expressor tag. So what do I need my head here. Put it in. So what I need is I want to rotate it in H direction. This is left right, no? So I put in the H here. Then every direction. So then this is okay, up, down. And this is, let's tilt it. Why not? Good. Then I need the control null and put it in. Here our user data will come in. So what we need is, we have these rotations are just degrees, you know. I know it is about 25 degrees everywhere, so minus 25 and plus 25 degrees. But we don't, we should see that we don't intersect with this outer sphere and with this cylinder. And okay, so we need user data. For this we have user data, so go to the control here and then click on user data, manage user data. It's on the other display. To see the user data with your name, so make a new group, add group, and put it out. And here we say control. What this does is when I say OK now, you see we have here a new tab with control. If you wouldn't take it, come on now, there would be just user data if you put it out here. There was named user data. What we need is now add data. Yeah, but under control. Left, right, left, right. Okay, float is okay, and here I want degrees. So I float slider and degrees. And I know, as I said, I know it's about minus 25 and 25. Okay, and the default value I wanted by null is okay. Then I can copy this one, control drag it down, and say here up down. Up down, here is everything okay, it's 25, and the same we can do with name it tilt. Okay, and hit OK. Now under controls we have here everything we want, and now simply drag it in the red corner here, left, right, up, down, and tilt, and nothing easier than that, just connect it. Whoops, 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 and this should work already. So we go to our control, to our user data, left, right. Yeah, but this is left, right is total. Yeah, you see now it turns left, and but it goes to right here. And this is I don't like such things. But we could do a negate here in the expressor, but I think this is easier when we say here right, left. It's better basically. And now when I go to let's try it. But no, this is I don't want this, because I can't go to the left and it says right here. No, we don't do this. I don't do this. I do a negate. Okay, this is annoying that it opens every time on the other display. Left, right. There's such things to make. Okay, and now what I do is simply I take a negate here. So negate, input and output here. So now let's see if it works correct. When I go to the left, it goes to the left, and I go to the right, it goes to the right. Okay, but here maybe we can, for left and right, we can make it a bigger angle, I think. So go to here. Another display. Let's do minus 100 to 100. Should be okay here. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, nice. And what we go up, down is okay here. And tilt. Everything works fine. Let's see if we intersect here somewhere, but I think it should work. Yeah, the 25 is okay here. It looks not healthy, this. No. Okay. And now I can and hello. Are you sure? Okay, this is the first thing. Now let's animate the ears. Here we don't have to do much because we have just one direction. The goes not up, not up and not down. Sorry. So let's see what we have to animate here. Yes. Where are you? Head. Ah, of course, this should be in the head. At least on the head. Plane. Do I want the screw with? No, that shouldn't rotate to. Because then it. So this is okay. Coordinates. Let's see. It's the wrong thing. This would be the correct. But we need to. We need to make the to position the axis correct. So, but I want to go here. Let's go. Okay. Plane, and I need the axis. You see, we have the axis here. But now I go in the axis tool, so this is this one, or your L on your keyboard, and now I can move just the axis without the object. Put it to here, in the middle of the screw. Somewhere like here, should be okay. Okay, out of the axis mode, and let's see when we rotate it now, what we get. Now it rotates on the correct position. So we can go from -4 to about 50. Okay. Let's go to our expressor. Ba-ding. Bring in the plane for the ears, so let's say this is ear. Just drag it in. We need the rotation H. Oh, I can make a new control for this, so that we have for everything. I think it's better to do better for everything. I take a new control, so this is doesn't matter. You could drag it inside here then too, but I make a new one for the ear. So, and we need, of course, you go to control. We need a new user data. Now we can make one, not add user data. I don't want to add user data. I want to manage user data. So, what I do is. I make a new group, put the group under control, and put these things under the group. Name this group head, and then make another group. And this was not so. So okay, name this ear. And under the ears, I need new data, or I can take one from here. This left, right. So copy, control, drag it down under the ear. And what did I say? -4 to 50. And let's say the default value is 30. Okay, good. Okay, now we have this. You see, nice thing, nice comes head, ear. So we see something. Drag in this left, right for the ear. You can rename this thing, so you have a better control. Ear. but it renames just here, I think. Yeah, it renames just under the basic here. I can't rename the node, but doesn't matter. We don't need this. If I sometimes don't know, it's good to see here what you get. So you click on the node and then you see, these are the ears, and this is this. So, but left, right, and just drag it in here, and it should work. Control. Zip. But what is now left and what is now right? This is inside, outside, but it doesn't matter. This is okay. And see if they don't overlap. It's okay. Everything looks fine. Okay, save it. And what you can do, like I did it in my, you see it in the original file, I have here all the controls, so I don't have to go every time back to the control and and that's so I do it with the camera. So when I have a camera, I don't want to search the camera, because when I put something new in, the camera comes somewhere, and here I find it. I have it everywhere. And this is to just drag it inside the viewport and it's there. So we can do it here. So left, right, just drag it in the viewport. With control, click on it, you can drag it. Here display the name. Yeah, the object don't need it. So left, right, up, down. Not the name. Display the name, yes, but not the object. So control drag on it, and you see that this works exactly the same. Tilt. Display. And nose we have again left, right. Let's rename this to inside, outside. The in, out, or something else. In, out, so okay, and drag it inside here. So okay, save it. The next thing to animate is the light in the eyes. And for this we should, of course, texture this guy at first. And yeah, how it 1.5 hours. Should we texture it too? Why not? Or do we run the path thing here with it comes in? Or do we, but we don't have to texture everything. I have to just texture that. But this we can do later with the eyes, because this is the same, and it's just we put 2 lights inside, and just with the slider like this, we just make it brighter and less bright. So this is nothing more. I think we should do this roll in, so that it comes in. This is the last harder thing. Not really hard, because we did already this expressor. So the only thing what is so let's bring in this we have in the part 3 project file. You see we have here this lated roll. Just open this in our thing. So we have it here now. This should still work, of course. It does not, of course. And why? Oh, why? go back here, then it works. Okay, everything works fine. 99 frames, so why not 100? Okay, it doesn't matter, we don't need this, we need just the espresso. But I don't think we can copy this, so let's copy this control here. Copy, Control C. Go to our part 4 here. Control V. So we have this everything inside here. What we need is now, we need just these two tags normally. We can do on the control, we can give a second espresso tag, this is no problem. Yeah, we need the align to spline, but the align to spline we don't need here. We need it one, so we need the espresso tag here, a second one. So you see, when you click on the espresso tag, you can rename it. So let's see, this is roll it, and this is head animations. Yeah. Head ani. Okay. Save. Now let's go to our roll it and see what we have to do here. First, we have to see what we have to connect here now, because you see the original file, we have something like oh, how is this called? This is when it stops, and then it roots suspension. Don't know now. So you see, yeah, this is very slow because we have a lot of borders here and something. Can we do this a little? No, it doesn't matter. Let's see. To see it when it's slower and it goes. You see it goes down here and up here. Suspension, could this be? And so we have to see what we need to connect. Okay. The first thing is, of course, we need everything. Let's see what is in the body. The body looks good, except this front plate here. You see, we have the front plate not inside and the screw not inside. So let's put the front plate inside, and let's put the screws inside. So now it should be everything together. Yeah, it is. But for the suspension here, for this rules, we I don't want to have the screws and the, so I don't want to have the brackets and the screws with it. So we don't see this in the animation, so we don't see this. This will go a little inside then, and but I want that the bracket and these screws is every time on the same position like the wheels and not like the body. So how do we do this? These brackets should be then out here, but I don't want to have it put out of the, let's see, I put this out again, and let's, no, not the front plate, and not the screws. Hey, come on, what's the brackets? Go bracket and the wheels out of the body here, this body part. Okay, yeah, this looks fine. This should work. And this body now, I want this body to rotate a little bit, but if we rotate it now, you see, this is not what we need. It rotates from the middle, but where I want to rotate it is exactly, let's hide the wheels for a moment and the brackets, exactly on this point here. So what I have to do, I go to my body here, axis mode, and simply here we can do this with the first I drag my thing here. Now I'm here, and what I can do now is go to the snapping tool, enable snapping, and now we can snap on this point here. Chuck, you see, it snaps on this point, and this is what we want. Enable snapping, and if we rotate now our body here, it rotates just from this point, and this is exactly what we need. Good so far. Okay, next thing. Now we want the whole thing to roll. What must roll? The wheels have to roll. And here we will get a little problem, but this we solve later. And I want this one to roll. So, but you see the problem. You see it now. With the symmetry object, the front wheels and the back wheels they rotate in a different direction. And this is not what we need. And we can just solve this problem if we just copy the symmetry object here. Because I have no other idea. Maybe I could. No, I couldn't do this because maybe no, I cannot. Can't rotate this into. I can. One thing I can do is the symmetry object. Immediately. No, this is. No, it's too complicated. Don't think too much about it. So, front wheels. How did I do this in the original file? It's interesting. Wheels, the same front wheels. Wheels front, yeah. And wheels back, yeah, I did the same. I just made a copy of the symmetry object. And so we do it here. Front wheels. But name it wheels front. That's better because so we have two wheels under. So copy it. Wheels back. Side view. E. And move them. Here we have a nice point. We see exactly where we want it, and this should be exactly where we want it. Okay. That's nice. So here we have the wheel back. This is okay, and here the wheel front. This is okay. Here it's important that the axis is exactly in the middle here. Come on! What's every time when I record something, the people want something. But that doesn't matter. Just a short break here, and so let's continue. Okay, where okay, it's important that you have the axis here centered in the wheels. So this should be everything we need. So now we need to align the spline. And align the spline, we want this whole puppy along the spline. So let's bring this in here, and now we can delete this control here. And here in the spline, of course, we need another spline. We need a spline what we draw now. Let's see. as I said, we have here now that this express so with the big one, so that is this with the follow the spline one, and yeah, you see we have no object. This is the wrong object, but we do this later. So we can let follow the spline. We can this puppy follow spline. Let's draw some path. Draw just a simple path sketch, and here 200, and poof, don't know. So this is enough for me. Maybe that's not necessary. So I don't know, come in here. Yeah, no. It's so hard for me. Yeah, something like that. What's wrong here? Okay. This is my spline. For this spline, we would not need this expressor. There would be enough for this. This is very easy expressor. Was what we did in the first example from the last video, from the last tutorial, yes. But if we have this now, so let's use it and let's see if it works. So we have here our path, and drag this path in this spline tag here. And this is in the wrong direction. Let's go to our path, point node, and here reverse sequence. Bing. Okay. Now we are here. This is again not what we want. It should start here. Yeah. Okay, this is not really a problem because we can animate it from 100 to 1. But no, I don't want this. So what I have to do is draw the path in the other direction. So make this sketch and let's see. So something like that. Smooth it a little bit. So okay. Let's see if this works now or not. Begin. This is interesting. X, but reverse line, reverse sequence. Huh? Is it again in the wrong direction? No, it's not in the wrong direction. Yeah. I believe you. This is okay, but you are somehow wrong here. I did this reverse sequence. Would again go from what's wrong here? Somewhere I have an knot in my brain. So make here an uniform thing, of course. 4 should be enough here. But it doesn't matter, I have to just take it to. But I don't like this spline like this. I don't like this spline like this. I make a simple spline here, but with this expressor tag, of course. Let's go with the puppy back to PSR. Okay. Now I make a simple spline like I did it in the original file, an arc spline. From 90 to 180. No, wrong. It starts to be. Okay, but I want it from here to here. So, good. Minus 90 to null. Okay. Now T for scale. I know I'm a little confused at the moment, but this is the heat, believe me. Normally I am total serious guy. Totally. Okay. Now let's see if we put this spline in our, what this does. Okay. Arc, and here we can say reverse. Genau. Is our puppy in the wrong direction? Yeah, of course. Now here it is. Is it in the wrong direction? So let's go to the axis tool. Take the axis tool to null. And now everything works. Come on. But it's now let's see if it works. And position. And here we are. Here we go. Well. Good. So it's this. Let's go to the. We want that the wheels. So I'll start with the front wheel. This wheel front here. So okay, we don't need some things here. Because we don't put it on the floor, so we don't need this these two guys here. This what keeps the object on the floor. We don't need this. This is the diameter and circumference. That I've seen the that is perimeter too. Perimeter would be much easier. So object, okay. This object is the spline. You see? So let's put in the spline. Okay. Maybe it needs, let's see, a result node. Don't know if the spline has to be converted. It looks like the spline has to be converted. So let's press C. But C on the keyboard, so, and put it in. No, it's wrong now. Spline, object, spline. This should work. You know what? Bye bye. Object, why not so? But we still don't have a length here. The result node should show us a length of the spline. This is crazy. This is crazy. Let's delete this and make a new one, maybe. Spline. Length. Object. Length. Why I don't get a result? Maybe it works. Anyways, we will see it. This is this object is what should rotate. So in this case, it should rotate this wheel front here. Rotation P. Aha, now we have here a result. Okay. Is rotation P the right rotation for this? Coordinates, rotation P. Yeah, rotation P is okay. Why he shows me it's wrong? Align to spline position. Of course, this align to spline position. We need this one, this align to spline. And this should work now. I'll make here a new one too. Maybe it wants it. Align to spline. Wünsche. Position. Not node here. The position I need here. This should work. I don't know why it's yellow. Ah, the object here. We need the object here. For the bounding box we have no size now, of course. So we need the object, and the object is this wheel front here. And now everything works. So what we have to do is just change the spline. So drag the spline in, then align the spline tag, drag in, and the front wheel here for the rotation and for the size the front wheel too. So this should work normally now. Let's see what we get out of it when we see the little pen, but let's texture this guys here. Oh, we have the material from before. That's nice. Entire. Cubic fit object. Why not make whatever you want? The same on the rim. Fit object. Yes. So now we have this. And NA to hide every wireframe. Let's see if we get some rotation here. Yeah, but in the wrong direction. And this is, I think we had a negate here, yeah. So put out the negate. Zadum. And try it now. It works. Of course now just for the front wheels. It works fine. Yeah, the same we can do instead of this front wheel, and not instead, we add, take the wheel front and put in now the wheel back here. We can just copy this node, control drag it down, control drag it and release it, and instead of the wheel front, we drag in the wheel back here. see, wheel back. Then, and now it should work too. So wheel back, go to the tire, cubic, fit object. Yes. Rim, fit object. Yes. And let's see if it works. Everything works fine. And this is exactly what we want. And now the only thing we have to do is this suspension. This is at the end of the spline. So let's 2 hours. Let's animate this, or it should be animated. So 100 frames. Let's see what it's going. Okay. And here, before it stops, I want now to doing. So for this, I go to the position here, animation, show track, and I want this just to, let's say, 50, so it comes faster in. Let's see how it works. Okay. And on 40, something on 40, here about, it should stop. So what do we have such a spline? We have a linear spline here. Is okay, but I want an ease out, so that it starts normal with a linear spline and stops with being slower, so became slower. This ease out should I have to select all the points, I think. I do this not so often. Select all the points and ease out. And this is in the wrong direction, huh? Is it? Let's see. Yeah, it starts slow and goes up. Okay, if it's the wrong direction, it's no problem. Let's say ease in. See if this works. Yes, that's exactly what I want. Okay. Here I don't have to do nothing. What I want now is go back here. And about the keyframe about 40, I said. I want to rotate the body. So we had the body here. Let's see. Not the wheels, the body here. Yes, we made this with the axis. The axis is exactly where I want it. And here I say, let's see which direction it is. In the P direction. On 40 I record it. Then let's say, let's go to about 60. And I go down here. 7 or 6. 6 is enough, I think. Or 7, of course. Then record it here. And then let's go to about 80. And go back to null here. Let's see how this looks. Okay, this is too slow. But sometimes it does not show here in the correct. So what we can do is make an hardware render. Sorry. I go to the render settings and I have here hardware. And go just to hardware OpenGL. Don't save it. I don't need the anti-aliasing before. Output 720 is okay. All frames. And this renders very fast. This renders exactly the viewport. So let's render this here. It says, yeah, okay, yes. You see it renders very fast. So this is, and here we get the correct. So, and let's see what we have. The second time we're going to. It's maybe too slow. So now let's go to the right click, animation, show track. This to about 50. This will be too fast, I think, but you will see it. Until 60. And Shift R. Yes, I want to render it. Okay. Yeah. Maybe a little too much. It goes too far down. So we can easily change this. We select these ones. And we have here 7 degrees. Let's go to 6 degrees. And maybe a little slower. So put here 5. And here 15. So 15 is 60. 70 should be okay. Render it. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, looks very nice. And now you could animate when it stops now. So it stops now. Animate the head and something else. So let's see. Let's see. Mimic 150 frames here. Let's make more frames. Or 200 frames. Doesn't matter. Save it. Now we can see it comes it stops here at 70. So we could start an head animation. First let's look for a camera. So this is okay. It comes in here about. Then at frame 80. Let's start to animate the. Where is our controls are away? This is because when I click on the controls are here, but you can click right click on it. I don't know. Is it? No, it is not possible to select all together. Show and show always. And now it doesn't matter where am I here. The controls are every time here, and you can record it here too. So let's say on 90, the head is okay here. Left right is okay. Record it. Then let's see it. 100. He looks to us. Whoop. Record it, and maybe at the same time it looks a little down, so here record up down 100. Okay. Oh, come on. So and let it tilt too. Yeah, at 100. Tick. And then tilt it to the side a little bit. Oh, that's the ears. So save it. And okay, and 20. Play with the ears. Oh, that's a good first 40. 35 in. Out and so like here, back in. Okay. But they are a little too far back in, I think, here. So let's change this here from 4 degrees to, I don't know, 7 degrees, okay. Yeah, okay, save it. And now the only thing we have to do is yeah, texture it and animate the eyes, so that it lights. I think I'll make an last part then, but I do it this weekend. I promise it this weekend. It will come tomorrow. So tomorrow we texture it and we make the light animation for the eyes, because this with the animation. With the texturing, it again, it needs some time, because we have to test. Of course, when I do the octane part for the texturing, that is much faster. There's no question about it. But yeah, let's make the last thing tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you like this. And you see, these small things, they need their time, and they. But it's okay. For me, it's okay, of course. Let's see if what's wrong here. Why don't I get my? Where are my? Why don't the things work here? Aha! We need this everything we need again in a subdivision surface. Alt G. In the subdivision now that the subdivision surface works, but let's see if everything works still. Yeah, of course, with the subdivision surfaces, but don't need the subdivision surface for the test. Yeah, everything works still. And now we have subdivision surface, just one, and chuck, everything is smoothed out. And for the render, of course, it looks much better than. I forgot the camera angle, like this, okay. And let's render this to see what we get. You can go down with this with the keyframes you see. I can make this spline short, or no, it renders of course a little longer, but it has more to calculate with the subdivision surface. This is not really the render what is slow. It is just the calculation here. But when it stands still, it should be better. Okay. When now the head, just the head animates, it should go faster normally. Well, let's see. We have subdivision there too, but needs a lot of time. This is subdivision. But it is worth every second with it, if you ask me. So yes, I hope you like this, and as I said, I promised you tomorrow I make the texture part, and then we are ready with this puppy, and then let's go to the next tutorial. I do not really know what I do next, but I have enough on my list, so we will see. Yeah, and as I said, you will find every link in the description, or everything you need to every plugin I use, and in the plugins they have all. If there are something special to install, everything is stands there. So please read it, because every time I get a lot of mails, and then this and where I find this and where I find this, and everything stands in the description. So I don't understand this, but what else? Of course, I answer everything what I get, and as far as I can. Sometimes it needs 1 or 2 days, but most of the time it comes in some hours latest. And you will find a donation link in my description, and you will find there a Patreon link to the Patreon page, which I'm not sure if I continue it, but because the thanks to the Patreons, I have a big thanks from the bottom of my heart, really. But it's just too few to make something special for. Let's say this special tutorials or something else. Just a few people at the moment. So let's see what we get here. Why does it not bring the whole thing? I want the whole thing. Yes, it's okay. Whoops. Maybe I make the tilt with the left right together, not after the left right. But this is a very simple thing, you know. Okay. So I wish you a nice day, evening, morning, wherever you are. I don't know. And hopefully see you tomorrow, and hopefully you liked this, hopefully you learned a little bit, and hopefully it was not too boring. And if I do something wrong in your eyes, or for your feeling, if I am too fast, or I'm too slow, or I'm too boring, or I'm too don't know what, just please tell me, because I just can change if I know it. So you know what I mean. Okay, that's it for today, and I promise tomorrow the last part will come. Bye bye, and yeah, have a nice day. Tschüss und Baba.